Hartford Reforms representative sits down with each grade level team and with our database, and we say, what area of the curriculum do you think can be enhanced by the arts? And from there, we go through our database of programs and they select what programs they feel would be the most beneficial in their classroom. So that's what this application is for. Hopefully, we are looking to be in 25 schools next school year, so our need for more programs is absolutely crucial. So we are going to walk through this application. Our selection process, we actually have 7 people sit on our committee, Jackie, me, and then we have arts teachers and also classroom teachers that are already in our participating school, because we thought, who would know what they want more than the actual teachers who are receiving these programs in their class. So the reason why we ask for 7 copies is because there's 7 of us. Now, so if you have any promo materials like CDs or brochures or anything like that, you only have to send in 1 copy. So as far as general qualifications go, you do not need to be your own 501c3. I know it says that in the application. That is not the case. This is actually a part of the fingerprinting process. We do require, once your program is in our database, if you're an independent artist, to be fingerprinted and have a background check done at CREC in Hartford. If you are a 501c3, we are working under the assumption that you do background checks on your own employees. So we do not require them from you, because if anything bad were to happen in the classroom, you would be liable. They have to be done here in Hartford at CREC. So, and details about that are right in the application. Okay? We only ask for it to be done 1 time, and I think you have until June once your program is accepted. So, application deadline is February 11th at 1 p.m. You can either hand them in, you can drive over to McDonough Expeditionary Learning School, say hello, see our office, or you can mail them. You will be notified via email by March 15th, either way. So you will be hearing from us then. So if for some reason your program is not accepted, we always give recommendations and feedback, so then you can apply again next year. So, you know, we always want more and more artists to be with us, so absolutely reapply if you can. And now also we have our new arts provider orientation on March 20th, so make sure to block that day off if you're planning on applying. Wonderful. So the first part that we're going to go over is the RFQ AI, which is the Arts Integration RFQ. This section is for programs that are going to be going into grade level classrooms. So let's just dive in. So we have our cover page for if you have multiple programs that you're applying to be in our database, make sure to have them all listed on this sheet, and then have this as your cover page. So this page is basically asking for logistics of your program, the name, program teacher. We just want to have an idea, just a brief summary of who's going into the classroom and teaching the program. We ask you to connect to one of the 4 art forms that we specified, and just the type of program. Is it an in-school residency? Is it an off-site program? Is it a performance, etc.? In this portion, we do ask which grade levels your program serves. If it's 1 grade level, great, that's fine, you just put that one down. If it's a program that covers, let's say, 3rd through 8th grade, this is where you put that. I'm highlighting this because, well, you'll see later in the application where that changes. Length of time, it's great to know how many visits your program is and how long each of those visits are, so make sure to include that, so don't just write 90 minutes, so we'll be confused. All right, so basically what happens is when they select your program in the beginning of the school year, they have until January 1st, the teachers, to get in contact with you and finalize all of the scheduling. They can schedule your programs all the way out until May. So, and that's basically a dialogue between you and the teacher, whatever time works best for both of you. This program includes prior meeting with classroom teacher. So a lot of teachers have said that they find it really helpful when an artist has a meeting with them prior to their program coming into the class. We do not require it, but a lot of teachers do like it to happen. So you can require it if it's something that you feel would be really helpful, and if you have one of those programs that can kind of flow into a lot of different curriculum areas and you really want to know what they want you to focus on specifically, I would say that meeting should be required. If it's something that, you know, sure, if that's going to make them feel okay and better about your program coming in, it doesn't have to be a requirement, but you would do it. So then you would just check off, if you check, you would be willing to meet with the classroom teacher ahead of time. Okay. Cost per student. So we do work on a student-based budgeting system. And so the way that we streamline everything is we ask you to come up with a dollar amount from the ones that are listed, either free, which is usually, we don't expect anything free. Our bigger organizations, our arts organizations that have gotten the funding from an outside source and who are able to provide that service. You also have a $5 option to spend per student, or $10 per student, or if you want to do additional paperwork in this application, you can file to charge $20 per student. Most of our artists in the database charge $10 per student. So on average, the way it works, a classroom in Hartford has about 25 students in a classroom. On average, a grade level has about 3 classrooms. So that would be 75 students, and if you were charging $10 per student, you'd be paid $750 for your program. And here's the other thing. In the database, another thing, we know that that's, for some people, that's below your rate. What we do say is you can give a minimum number of students in order to select your program. So if you require $1,000 in order for your program to run, you can say I need at least 100 students in order for a grade level to select my program. Okay, so that's how some artists will make sure that they're getting paid that amount. Okay, so it doesn't matter how long your program is, it matters about how many students you have worked with for your program. Great. So in this area material school is responsible for, we just want to know, because there are sometimes we have seen applications where the needs of the program just, it wouldn't be appropriate, it wouldn't be a good fit. So, you know, if you ask for a rocket ship, the school can't give that to you. You know, we're going to need just to have an idea of what you're going to be requesting from the school, and if you have a performance, what type of space do you require? You know, do you need 20-foot ceilings? You know, a big stage? Do you need a sound system? We need to know those types of things, and then also, the same goes for the type of, you know, what you're bringing in. Because we already know on the other page that we asked you to fill out where we said what grade levels does your program serve, and let's say you said pre-K to 8, we want you to pick the grade level that you the most clearly can describe your program. We did that because we were getting applications that were blanket descriptions of things. We would get standards, just 100 standards, from pre-K to 8th grade, and then we'd also get a program description that was very generic, and it was really hard to see what that would look like on the ground, especially if you have a program that has such a vast range. Because we all know a program at pre-K is going to look extremely different at the 8th grade level. So that's why we do ask at this point that you focus on just one. Yes?
It does say that we could submit multiple programs and fill out page 6 through 9 for each one.
Yes. Yep. So you'd fill out the application for each of those programs that you would like.
That was going to be my question. So it's separate, like 7 copies of 3 different programs?
Yes.
And I can put grade 1, 2, and 3 like that? Is that what you mean?
So you would have to fill out the entire AIRFQ for each of the separate programs. You can pick, if your programs, let's say you have a program that's great from pre-K to 4th grade, and you want to focus one program on 3rd grade, you'd write that. If you have another program that's great for 5 through 8, you'd fill out all of this application. Once you got to that point, then you would say, you know, 6th grade is the grade you can best describe. Once your program is accepted into the database, then what's going to happen is that once you fill out that data collection form, we'll go over it at the new arts provider orientation. We'll go all the way through the data collection form, and what we're going to ask for are additional standards for each of the grade levels that your program serves at that point. Okay, so we're just for clarity purposes, at this point we're asking you to focus on one grade. So, but in the beginning of the application, make sure to say that your program, you know, whatever grade levels that it does covers. Do not feel pressured to say that your program covers all grade levels if it doesn't. It's okay. We have a lot of programs that just say, you know what, we have perfected this and it's perfect for grade 3 and it does not look good and anything else. So, and that's totally fine, okay? So the next part is what Jackie kind of already touched on, is where we start talking about what standards your program teaches. If you would like to know more, I'm not going to go into grave detail about the standards right now. Just know we ask for a maximum of 2 standards on either English, math, science, or social studies. And then we ask for a minimum of 2 art standards for your program, either in music, theater, dance, or visual art.
And then I know people are always curious about funding. So, and